welcome back to my channel. Today is going to be the first video in a new series I am starting that I am going to title Successful Women. That being said, these videos, some of them will be geared just towards women, I guess, but some of them, like today's video, will definitely be useful to everybody. So even if you're a guy, feel free to keep watching this video because this video today can really help anybody. So, like you've probably read from the title, today's video is going to be my tips that I have personally used and seen work to improve your credit score. I used to have a low credit score. It was in like the lower 500s, and it was due really to a family member kind of screwing me on my credit, but I'm not going to get into all that. As of right now, my credit's not exactly where I want to be. It's right under 700. I think I'm sitting at a 690 last time I checked my FICO. So it's definitely not bad, but it's not, I really want to hit that 700. I've been working towards hitting that 700 and I'm going on up, you know, I'm going to get there. But I did want to share some of my tips that I have used to higher my credit, and I think that can really help everybody. And I think that some people really just get so overwhelmed when they get into debt and they look at their credit and they just don't know what to do. And there are just so many options that I think that people just don't know, and I had to do a lot of researching to find. So I'm just going to give you the fast, quick guide to different things you can do that actually work. First, the simplest thing is to come up with an organizational system to file your bills in. I have like different folders for different things, and I have everything compiled because, you know, one thing that used to really mess me up, I'd get a bill in the mail and I'd lose it. Like, it just, my stuff was all in a pile and everything would get lost. Now I have filed, like, I don't really have anything in collections anymore, but I had like 2 things in collections, so I would have like what needed to be paid, like a medical bill that wasn't in collections, but like things that needed to be paid, things that were in collections that needed to be paid like right now, and then things that were paid, and like I'd write the account number when I paid them off, and I'd write the day that I paid them off. And if it's like a medical bill I'm making payments on, I will write the day on the bill, like each time I make a payment. Like, I have a very precise system, and it really helped me to not fall behind, because I swear to you, I ended up in collections twice just because I lost a bill and totally forgot I owed that money. It wasn't even that I couldn't pay it. What a stupid reason to have a negative impact on your credit. Next is a quick, just easy, you know, kind of common sense thing also, but you just need a good budgeting system. I came up with a good budgeting system. I give myself a, you know, monthly kind of allowance, I guess. You know, like, how much can I spend? You know, what do I pay on bills and how much extra can I spend? And I make sure that it's always under what I make a month. That way I can put some towards, you know, like school loans and stuff like that. Like, I try to budget myself to where I fall under, so I'm making more. And then I'm like, okay, I'm going to put this much in a savings account. I'm going to put this much towards debt that I owe. If you are living paycheck to paycheck, I can do another series on jobs to like make a side hustle, because I am the queen of side hustling. I side hustle like nobody's business. People don't know this about me, but I work multiple jobs. I have a full-time job, and then I am always looking for ways to make more money, and I work everything from home. So if you guys want a video on that, I can definitely make a whole video on that. Try your hardest to pay everything on time. Let me tell you, late marks on your credit score, and I run my damn credit score like so much. I have my FICO. I also use Credit Karma. Credit Karma's free. I will have it linked below. It's a great way to check your credit. Not sponsored. I also use my FICO, which I pay for. Like, I am on it when it's, I told you, I'm going to get my credit to that 700 mark. But making a late payment on your, and not everything you pay late will end up on there. I'm going to be honest, I made a late payment and they didn't end up reporting it. Thank you, I love you guys. But some of the companies will report it, and that is so bad against you. So try really, really, really hard to pay everything on time. Next, try really, really, really hard not to get it set into collections, because that's probably the #1, I think that is the #1 killer of credit, is getting things sent into collections. So try your hardest, even if you have to make payments. Those people will bully you. Let me tell you, they will bully you. They will be like, give me the money now. You need to give me all the money now. Be like, no, I can only give you this much. Take it or leave it. Like, push back, okay? They're a little much, push back. But make sure you are just making payments. Even if you can only give them $10 a month. I know that's horrible if you owe like $500, but just do it. Just make your way towards getting those items out of collections because it's going to help you. Next, when you get them out of collections, file a dispute on your credit report. Either get a credit report, run your credit, or go on, like I said, creditkarma.com and file a dispute to get that taken off your credit, or else it'll be on your credit for 7 years. I have filed disputes and gotten past things that were on there taken off my credit report, and my credit has gone up. And a lot of people, I think, don't realize that. Like, after you pay it off, first of all, try to get them to say they will take it off, because you can. Be like, you know what, I'm gonna pay all this off today. I'm gonna give you all your money. I want you to take this off my credit report. And it's doable, but a lot of people don't realize it's doable. They think that it has to stay on there for 7 years. It doesn't. I've done it. I have disputed it and gotten it taken off. Go back for things you have on your credit report that were in collections and dispute them. The worst that can happen is they say no. Don't leave that shit on there if you paid it off. Use the free sites to run your credit. Watch it month by month. Watch if you're going in the right direction, and those sites will literally give you tips. They will literally tell you, hey, this is what you could do to bring your credit score up. Listen to them. Just listen to them. Trust me and listen. Because they actually give good tips and it actually helps. Another huge one that a lot of people don't realize you can do, you can write a goodwill letter to try to get them to take late payments off your history. Like, they can make a late payment to where you paid it on time. This does not always work, but let's think about this. If they're gonna say no, you're just where you are now, but sometimes they say yes. And especially, I wouldn't write them a goodwill letter if you've paid late like 6 times. But if it's been like a year and you paid late once or twice, you know, and it's been like a year and you've been making consistent payments and you haven't like missed any since then, write them a goodwill letter. Tell them, you know, what was going on in your life. Don't like lie, but like if something was going on in your life, tell them that. Say, you know what, I am trying to get myself on track. I have been on track. You know, I was going through a rough spot there. You know, tell them your story. And I would really just appreciate if you could take this off my credit score, because I have shown good faith and I'm going to continue to, you know, make my payments on time and build my credit. And they sometimes take it off. It's like a 50-50. If you've made a late payment in the past 6 months, probably wouldn't write the letter, probably would give it about a year and then try. You want to write those directly to the creditors, and just, you know, especially if the account is paid off. And if they say no, once you pay off that account, send them another letter, try again, because sometimes once the account is paid off and they're done with you, what skin is it off their back? So sometimes if you just wait and you've paid it off and you're like, look, I paid this off, I don't owe you any money, you have your money, can you please, you know, take that off my credit score? And sometimes they will. And I'm telling you, late payments make a big difference on your credit report. So them taking that off jumps your credit up. Another thing is having a credit card. You want to have a credit card. If your credit is so bad that you cannot get a credit card, you need to get a secured credit card, because having credit and utilizing a certain percent of it helps your credit. You want to keep, and this is the one thing I'm still bad at, okay? I am still bad at keeping it below the 30% line. You want to have a credit card, and for every credit card or line of credit you have, you want to have it at 30% or below, and that really helps. I know some people say 40, but some people say 30. So it's between like 30 and 40. I hear different things everywhere. But to be on the safe side, if your credit's bad, I'd keep it at 30 or below. And that plays a big part in your credit score too, how much credit you are utilizing. And creditors look at that when they are giving you more credit. So if you cannot get a credit card, what you want to do is get a secured card. It doesn't have a line of credit on it or anything like that. What happens is, I believe you can set it up to where they take like $200 out of your paycheck or a certain amount out of your paycheck, and you're just using your own money. It's really like a debit card, but it goes towards helping your credit. It goes towards your credit as if it were like a line of credit, which is amazing. So if you don't have one and you have no other credit cards, get that, because it's gonna help you. I really hope this video helped some people. I'm sure there are certain tips on here that you have heard of, but I'm really hoping that those of you struggling with your credit, there are certain tips I gave today that you didn't know about. I definitely learned about a lot along the way of trying to rebuild my credit. There was a lot I didn't know at first, and then I learned, and that is what I'm trying to do. We should all have good credit. You should not be turned down for things you want in this life because you have shitty credit. If you have shitty credit, I promise you it is not the end of the world, and there is a way to fix it, and that's my goal here today. Don't give up. You can always dig yourself out of that hole. You can always bring yourself up, and that was really my goal of today's video, was to show some of you that you can do that. If you have any other tips that I didn't mention in this video, please leave them in the comments below for other people to read and engage. And if there were any tips that you didn't know about and you found really helpful for me, please let me know in the comments. I love when you guys engage with me. If you want to see more of these videos, like I said, I am going to be making a whole series called Successful Women, then please subscribe to this channel so you can see when those videos come up. I will have all my social media linked below. If you have any questions about anything I said or you would like me to elaborate more, please leave me a comment. I will try to answer all of your questions the best I can, and if I feel like there is something that needs to be explained to the point of making another video, I will gladly make another video on that. Thank you guys for watching as always. Until next time, everybody, stay kind.